There are some I just got back that that this was the job. Maybe it's Cotonou they came back from. I saw the pocket was heavy.
Okay.
And
okay, now you're speaking my language. Okay.
Money. I've heard stories from married people where they'll be like, oh, how come you do me dada? That's the Yoruba version. The English version is, oh, my husband is not knocking me very well. Do you get kind of thing? And we start watching porn together.
I can come up with a story and tell you that something happened, that the girl broke my heart. Make the story so spicy.
Yeah.
And then everybody be like, I was there. Guy, I feel your pain. And then it begins to relate with my music, but it not really happen. I feel like, this thing is making sense, but I try to look at the disadvantage of it. I try to look at how bad this thing may turn out. And then it just makes me feel, mommy, I focus on my money. Let me just...
As the festive lights begin to twinkle, some may find themselves falling in love or even exploring connections that feel like they are meant to be fleeting. In this very special episode, we're going to be exploring relationships that come and go with seasons. My name is Obolawa Olabore, and I'm going to be a very special host on this very special episode. So grab a drink, sit, relax. Let's talk about seasonal flings and relationship. Welcome back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue. And as always, I have some very interesting people with me in the studio. Today we're going to be discussing seasonal flings and relationships. Petra Ude, my favorite sidechick, here with me, as always right by my side.
Hi guys. Hi Bola.
I mean, I know it's the season, but you look seasonal.
I was born for this glow.
Okay.
I was born for it. The hair, the makeup. Kudos to everyone. Kudos.
Love it.
Love it too.
And here we also have music producer, entrepreneur, Mr. This and that. He doesn't like when I say he's into this and that because he's into so many things that we can't even keep up. Kali Magic, everyone. How are you doing, Kali?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for having me on your show. So I think you missed out on my catalog.
Oh, yeah.
So
You actually produced one of my favorite songs. Because Love Don't Cost a Thing by Magix and Arya Star. I love that song. Such a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Well
I play that song like every day.
You made magic.
You made magic.
Yeah, as the name implies.
Yes, you made magic.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming.
Right.
And of course, the beautiful Becca Ozo. I'm so sorry if I got your name wrong.
That's fine.
Hi, Becca. Becca is a broadcaster and a mental and
Mental health and addiction
counselor. I'm so sorry, Becca. Forgive me.
Fine. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Hi.
Thank you.
Welcome, you guys. Welcome. So it is the season, and I was just thinking to myself that, Flings, we got this I just got back. They're calling us already. They can't jam in your town, and you're wondering, why the heck are you calling me, bro? You're in my country, okay? Have fun. So I was just thinking about seasonal flings, like the appeal of it. Has anyone here ever been involved in seasonal? It might not go by that name. Maybe because I'm making it too complex. It can be something. He came into the country for like 2 weeks. You guys just, rumbled around, and then he left and he ended. It can be quite as simple as that. And you had fun. People always I know that all those relationships are always fun, but has anyone here ever been involved in something like that?
I almost had a near seasonal fling syndrome, if there is any word for that, by the way. A near seasonal fling.
You can actually make a name for anything.
But this is what happened, yeah. My uncle's friend, he stays in the UK, and then he was messaging me on Instagram, and he's like, you've grown so much now. I remember you used to be so little. I'm like, thank you, uncle. I'm gonna be in the country like January. Come, let me take you out. We just spent like 3 what? When I had 3 nights, I'm like, What's this man saying? I mean, you literally watched me grow. So what are you saying? But then, yeah, it was really creepy. So I ignored his messages because I mean it wasn't worth it, and he's not that cute. Even if I want to go as straight.
Okay, so are you saying that if he was cute, you would be more inclined towards?
Don't go and make people call me a gold digger. It's not that. It's
You're
just
going
that.
after the money. You're going after looks. It's like a different thing.
Ati looks or ati money. It's just about the fact that he watched me grow. Like he literally saw me in diapers. Do you get? He saw me in diapers, and that is not that I've grown. That I have breast and backside. He now say he want to
He
harvest.
saw the backside. That was,
You know, he wants to
that
harvest
was the
me.
motivation. He saw the backside.
Please moving on.
He was
Moving on.
Alright,
On the barbecue.
let's come to you. I've ever had something like 2 weeks, a year. Since flings can go up to a year. Do you know? Have you ever had something like that?
Man, in school, I won't lie to you. I'm a very like serious person. I've been
Even in school?
I've been too serious all my
give
life.
serious. You give that vibe.
Cause I schooled in Calabar. So when I left Lagos, I got there. The mentality I had was, how do I leave home and come to this place and then start engaging in girls? At the end of the day, I will lose form. So I decided to focus on my studies. But I was this kind of a person where I would give a girl green lights and then you start playing with me because I'm funny, in as much as I may be quiet, throw jokes and here and there, and then they begin to catch feelings, and it gets to a point where I see they want to get so serious. I'll start running away.
Now fine boy,
Yeah,
you
for
be
a
now.
good
It's
time,
serious,
not a
man.
long time.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I feel girls like this kind of people that are funny.
Of course.
They have guys who were actually cuter than I am. I don't even consider myself as so. But when we were together, those guys are always funny, trying to be clean. And yeah, I'm clean. That one is good. But when I'm around them, just joke. And then after your book don't do the assignment, I try to show you 1 or 2 things because I'm always there. And then they'd be like, this guy is knowledgeable, I like he's smart, and they always want to be around. So I don't think I really had that time to explore spaces with respect to flings. I was just should I say a playboy?
As she said, Bella, in it for the good time and not the long time.
Yeah, so I was just about the jokes. I wasn't really serious at the time. So
The jokes and the books.
The jokes and the books.
Okay,
I like it.
All right, Rebecca, have you ever been involved in any seasonal thing?
Yeah. So they had just got back then. So I met this guy, I think it was like some years back. I met him at a friend's wedding. He didn't come for the wedding, but he stayed in the hotel I stayed, and of course I wasn't in a relationship. I just wanted something that would just happen and everybody just move on from it. And I met this guy, cute guy. I just got back,
I'm fresh in the country.
This Becca, low key bad babe.
So when he said I just got back, there are some I just got back that that this was maybe it's Cotonou they came back from, So we got talking, I saw the pocket was heavy.
Okay.
And
okay, now you're speaking my language. Okay.
Money.
I saw the pocket was heavy. I had what he wanted. Most men like smart women,
Yeah.
So we got talking and we had a fling and he didn't want it to end there. I was like, okay, it's just a fling go. No strings attached.
Aluta continues.
And the guy was broken.
Oh.
But he's a sweet guy. Of course.
He'll be fine.
He's fine.
Did you guys still keep communicating even after the fling?
Yeah, we actually kept in touch. He wanted it very serious. So at the point he wanted it very serious, I didn't want it very serious. Then when I wanted it, everybody just had to just split, and there was no need keeping, I just had to, at the point, I just had to, let's just go our separate ways.
So now that you've mentioned that,
Yeah.
I mean, from this we can actually see the pros and cons. So
Of course.
in that light, or what were the pros aside the money, and then what are the cons aside the catching feelings when the other one is not catching feelings? What was it for you?
Okay, so I must confess, it was a very beautiful one. I had lots of exploring. Yes. It's one relationship. I look back and I'm like, I don't regret anything that happened.
Oh
The
my
good, the
gosh.
bad.
I love
it.
it.
Was part of it, Of course, I didn't have intention to catch feelings, but it happened. He was a very sweet guy. He was a very, not sweet. Yeah, sweet the other way, but then, a kind man.
Oh,
That drops money.
That is handsome.
Guys, did you get that job? Handsome.
you said that you didn't want it serious at first.
Yeah.
Why did you make that decision? Was it something you saw? Like a con, like a red flag or something that you saw?
Okay, so it wasn't really a red flag. I don't know how to do distance, and that's like one factor. Yeah, I'm a very clingy person. If I have a partner, I want to see you, I want us to hang out. Physical touch, that's my language.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be here, and you want to just have a thing and just go. So I already, pictured my mind, okay, we're just going to have a thing and we'll just go. But then, like I said, he was willing to wait. He will stay back in the country.
For you.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
What styles did you give him?
So it wasn't about the style.
No, what did you put in your soup? That's what I want.
There was nothing. I think I cooked for him like much later once I started dating. But then, it wasn't that. It was a man who saw a woman who is intelligent. Just like when they say, what do you bring to the table? Aside body, a man wants a woman you can keep a conversation with, a woman who can advise you. So he wasn't expecting that because when he met me in a hotel, I was not in Lagos, so his mind was, well, maybe one of those girls will just have a thing. So having a conversation with me, I found him very interesting. I thought it was beyond just, the fling, right? I thought this is a guy that has potential. And I thought, okay, let's see what.
Amazing pros and cons. So, Kali, have you, even if it's not you, the Mr. Good Time, or not the long, even if it's not you, but from like your friend's point of view or from your regular boys or guys talk, have you what are the pros and cons of, seasonal flings for you?
Well, I have too many issues. First off, I'm not the friendly type. So, but speaking on a general listen, because I've lived on Earth 32 years of my life, so I think I know to some extent about these things. So, well, speaking of the pros and cons, right? I'll just go on a general note.
Yeah.
I feel like it eases your stress, right?
Flings, you mean?
Yeah. Eases your stress, makes you feel good. You have these wonderful memories. Yeah, they're there. They make you, sometimes when you think about them, you just be like, wow. Unknowingly, you don't know what you say that. But at the end of the day, man, I'm looking at it because I'm a herbalist. On the sidelines, not Babalawo.
My mind did.
Yeah, because when you say herbal, people
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, no, because I don't do drugs. I don't take medicines like orthodox medicines. I like taking. So when I see where I'm trying to drive at is when I see people do the fling thing. Before you know, you start having one kind of issue. You'll be like, oh, I'm treating a disease, I'm treating an infection. And these things, when we're living in a country where we don't really have infectious disease specialists. You go to the hospitals, they always give you drugs for malaria and typhoid, and they're compounding the issue. If it gets to the latent stage, you may not know there's something in your body because you're doing the fling thing.
Yeah.
Gets to a point where you begin to go, I'm just developing one kind of severe cough. I don't know what's going on. And they keep giving you that. They treat symptoms, not the issue. At the end of the day, it gets blown out and it could be something different. So I've just been too calculative all my life, right? So most times when I feel like, this thing is making sense, but I try to look at the disadvantage of it. I try to look at how bad this thing may turn out. And then it just makes me feel, make I focus on my money. Let me just also that. No, I'm not boring, no. I sound boring, but I'm not boring, guy. I'm not boring. I'm just too calculative. I'm just too calculative.
You need to relax, let loose, just go with the flow.
Yeah, I let loose at times, but I end up being in the studio making music. So that's the point where, because I just feel myself in the melody, I just go all that. But when it comes to the flame, he hard though. He hard. Because even when I even go to maybe industry nights, I go to events and stuff like that, I'll be talking to people, be relating with the girls and stuff like that. my normal thing. And once you done the near, where's your place? Where do you stay?
Oh my God.
I don't know. You started the guy Alpha. I go later. Just I don't run. It won't happen in Shank's birthday. Shank's the comedian. There's a girl that came in while I was sitting. I was spraying money because I was enjoying myself. I don't come out too much, so I already planned that. I'm spraying 500,000. After 500, I'm not doing. So I was doing before Tinubu came more, so they won't think. So I'm sorry. So I started spraying, and she was putting her eyes on me, and then I knew that okay. Then from there, she got closer and be like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of you tonight. Yeah, where's your place?"
My gender.
I heard that thing.
My gender.
I already got scared, So, she had to even buy my friend drink and told my friend that I want to know this your guy, I need his number. My friend gave her my number, and then, but I ran away that night. But later on, I don't know what will go on from there.
What's the worst that could happen? Like, what's the possible worst that could happen?
I don't want to catch feelings with someone I just met there. Who knows?
That's part of the fun.
Is it fun?
That's part of the fun.
Because it's going to weigh me down, right? If I catch feelings, it'll be like, no, I just enjoy myself. Or what will happen to me and my creativity? Because being a creative, you have to be sane. You have to be in that space. So if you start pushing me out of that position, that's where I make money from.
But then you're an artist, and artists use all this kind of emotional ups and downs.
Yeah, to make music, right?
So there's no downside.
I think for him, it's only emotional ups. There's no down for him. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anything goes for me, but
like Fireboy now. Fireboy, I think his first album, he said somebody broke his heart. That's how he was able to make such a great album. Do you know how many millions he made from that?
He made money.
He made money. Let life happen to you.
But do you think some of those things really, do you think those things really
depends
happen?
on what's happening to you or in the life or...
But artists don't be carried away. Some of them make up these stories. They are lies.
What you see on social media.
You understand? They take people's stories, they turn them to music. It may not happen to Fireboy like that. It just made you understand that, okay, I want you to relate to what happened to me. They really happen. I can come up with a story and tell you that something happened, that the girl broke my heart. Make the story so spicy. And then everybody be like, I was there. Guy, I feel your pain. And then it begins to relate with my music, but it not really happen. So...
All right. Very, very interesting conversation. We're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion on seasonal flings and relationship. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue, and we were talking about seasonal flings and relationships. Before we went to break, we were talking about seasonal flings. Do people engage in it? Why they engage in it? The pros and the cons. Now that we're back, I would like to really, really bring it home and talk about why we engage in it. I mean, we've already spoken about the appeal, but the appeal is different from the why. It sounds very similar, but it's very different. Why would you not just go for the traditional relationship? I feel like this generation, there is too much gap between actual relationship and being single. Like, you could be single and friends with benefits. You could be single and be doing a fling with somebody in Germany. Especially with the advent of internet. You could be doing a long distance that you guys talk, you are kind of together, but not really together. So I would like to talk about that. Have any one of you ever had that?
Okay, so maybe I'll pass because I don't do distance.
You're not a distance person. Petra, what about you?
So
Petra has something for me. Go ahead.
So I think the longest, I don't even know if I should call that a long distance, but the longest fling-ish, which we eventually ended, but I was still the one thinking it was a fling-ish relationship thing. It was like 5 months. But that's by the way. The truth is, we live in a generation where we don't have shame anymore. And that's the truth. We don't have shame. People can wake up in the morning and wear brown pants and leave their house and say it's close. We live in a generation where our morals has been faltered, altered. I think the right word is altered. Pardon me for this, for the sake of this motivation I want to speak. But so that is why people will like really want to engage in certain things that are not really comfortable. For people that, and this goes to say, this doesn't go to say that those that are in long distance relationship, they are like really doing a bad thing, but they are just people that don't even know what they want. I have a neighbor that her boyfriend is in the UK, and they do calls like every morning, every afternoon, every evening. Even in the office, she tells us on the compound that he's coming back this November, so I'm sure they're going to, make up for the lost times. But that's a serious relationship because they've done it since Nigeria, and then before he traveled. That's something. But this one is, he messaged you on Instagram, and he's saying that, I want us to link up or meet when I'm in your country, and he comes back and you guys meet, and in your head you automatically think that you people are dating. Make it make sense.
That person is not from this century.
Make it make sense.
That person is not in 2024.
And the truth is, social media has made it so normal. But it's a lie. It's not a normal thing. It's not. So that's it for me, basically.
So, Kylie Magic, do you have any such similar situations?
And it sounds like a trick question anyway, because I said I don't really. But well, I think I'm trying to retrace or, trying to recollect. Never happened though, but almost. I think there was one time I went to Calabar, right? And that was when I went back to get my transcript. And then I met someone, my guy, went to Unicar, Malabo is a crazy place. You see girls with different sizes, different looks and stuff.
From Calabar again.
It may not be. They're mostly, I think the afang soup makes them have that size of stuff.
I need to start eating afang soup.
Man, I'm telling you. So the thing happened that where I lodged, and two of my friends came around with their laptops, producers as well. And then they wanted to make music, because I was going to be in town for just 2 days. And then we just strolled that night and we saw one girl like that. So when I went to buy suya, I was talking to her, just normal conversation. And she was already giving into the thing so fast. And I'm like, my guy, they say, sharp now, you don't enter. So we just spoke, and then she followed us to the lodge. In my head, I'm like, normal me now. I hope she will not faint here and then they'll take us to jail. Because
she's so cautious.
There's 3 guys in this room and just this guy. So I had to give those guys a stand warning, please, I beg. I don't want any kind of assault. You guys behave yourselves. Yeah, and then she came here because, she just wanted to be around us. So let's just behave ourselves and stuff. But in the process, in my head, I was already preparing for that. Like today, man. And then along the line, she started picking all manners of calls. Like, where you did? I'm here with some guys, we just did chill. She answered numerous calls to the point where I got pissed, and I'm like, I don't trust this person. What's she even doing? And then I'm not just talking to her friends, guys who call, she talk to them, you did crazy. Now your own Bulana Indi, I don't know if I play all this kind of nonsense. So it got to a point where I got freaked out, and I'm like, the only time we'd be like, see, make it charges, they go.
I don't know.
Though she slept there that night, even while I was sleeping, she came next to me and I had to turn, pretended as if I was gone. She did all her trials and temptations and I didn't fall for it. Because I don't know what's coming, so looks like she's for the streets, I'm sorry. So I had to just, I mean no disrespect, but it was what I saw. So if she gave me a good vibe, I would have maybe that would have been the only time I would have experienced it, but I didn't. So
your time is coming, don't worry.
Time is coming.
I'm too young.
Yeah, you're still young, don't worry.
It's before 70, who knows?
Before 70.
So you guys know that people that are married also engage in seasonal flings. Especially married people. Some people took a kind of marriage that they are like, if you are in another country that I'm not in, feel free to do whatever you want. And then the spouse go ahead to explore.
Yeah. Well,
She's not wrong,
so there was this time I spoke about this because I'm a counselor, so I see where a lot of this situationship that happens. So we call it an open marriage, where you and the guy come together just to have children, but you can have whatever partner you want to have. There are a lot of people who practice that now in this generation.
In Nigeria.
Yes, in Nigeria.
Like I said, we don't have shame
We
now.
have a lot of them.
Very open-minded.
when you hear them speak, you hear them have their reasons. So because I'm a very free thinker, I don't judge people, right? I just want to be a mom. You just want to be a dad, right? We're good parents, but then we're not so compatible to be, partners. Like be in the marriage union. We'll get married. We'll go to church, get married, but we have the understanding that we can't be together as lovers. So you have your lover, I have my lover.
Now,
Yes, for their sanity's sake.
Petra,
They
the
don't want to
look
be so
of Petra's
committed.
face right now is what $1 million.
You've never heard it before.
No, so I've heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
But now that you're explaining and you're breaking it down, I'm like,
There are lots of them. Our celebrities, that's what they do. They just want to have kids, right? They just want to have an heir. But then we have an agreement. You don't meet my fantasy. You don't touch me the right way. I have somebody that touches me the right way. But you have the money. You're a good parent. I'm a good parent. You're beautiful. I want to have beautiful kids. So let's just,
So do these people who practice this thing actually come from Nigeria? Because I'm looking
they're
at,
Nigerians.
we have cultures that,
Forbids it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll come to that. Cultures, religions that don't. I'm a Christian. Not like I buy into it, but then I can't judge you or castigate you because that is what you believe in. And when you hear them talk about this, you get to understand that. When you have that understanding as a man and a woman, we'll have less divorce, we'll have less abuse.
Like my mom would say, understanding will matter.
Yeah.
what happened to going the extra mile to learn? So I'm not married, but I mean I've heard of stories. I've heard stories from married people where they'll be like, "Oh, how come you do me that?" I'm sorry for lack of that's the Yoruba version. The English version is, "Oh, my husband is not knacking me very well." Do you get kind of thing? And we start watching porn together, and if we watch this style, we go practice it in bed, and it got better at some point. So I'm coming from the angle of what happened to learning, because I know that marriage is a learning process. I know that from my mom and from every other person around me. So what happened to learning, unlearning, and relearning what your partner wants and what they do not want? How would you just wake up with the morning?
Petra, I do agree with you that marriage is all that. But I want to look at the flings part of it. The flings part. The outside. I don't want to look inside the marriage. I want to look outside the marriage. What they are doing outside the marriage. Like the flings they are having outside the marriage. Like a married person that is married in the UK but has like another family in Nigeria or in another state. Those are the kind of things I want to, because they are very common. Especially now with the current economical situation.
Get there for papers.
I know someone that they were talking to. They said he has a wife in UK. He has a wife in the US. He has a wife in Nigeria.
Solomon.
He literally has a wife in different continents.
King Solomon.
The wife in different continents. So that anywhere he goes, he's just at home. He has a family there.
Nationwide distributor.
Like it's just good. And these are just like proper. And those wives, you have like.
They're aware.
Everybody's aware.
Yeah. It comes down to understanding, yes.
Understanding, and there are also flings. People also are like side chicks. People that are away matches, so to speak. Forgive my French. Away matches, like being domesticated feels weird sometimes. So you just want something more outside the box.
I'm sorry.
It's actually quite normal. It's actually quite normal.
It's not very normal. Let's not use the word normal, because one, we have to look at the fact that we're Nigerians, we have a culture where we come from, like he said. But then if we have to retrace back to culture, are we doing it the right way? Now they say, one man for one woman. That's what the Bible says. But as an African man, you can have more than one wife.
Yes, exactly.
So long there's an understanding. But now people modernize it that, okay, so you hear some women say, I've had clients like that who say, even if you're going to cheat, just let me at least know who you're cheating with or me with.
They want to know.
No, some they want to know.
I think I've said that before.
One. And when their husbands are traveling, the man you marry, that he's a very generous man. He's a very generous man. and you pack his bags, and you pack extra,
Condom.
for him, and says, okay, what, play safe. You see the men will losing up to their wives.
Losing up.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are just sugarcoating and packaging.
I'm telling you,
are not very
I'm telling you because this is like my field.
So.
And this thing actually happened, like in
So
reality.
what?
It happened.
I do actually consider myself to be open-minded.
Though
But
there were-
not
you
that
talked
open-minded.
You talked about learning and getting something useful. So I would say it all boils down to communication. If you want to have a fling, you want to have a side chick with. Do you have a wife that understands? Or will she understand?
I don't. What am
I have to. No, there's a women after
Okay.
childbirth.
So I get to
childbirth.
understand me too.
When you want to do it.
Exactly.
Okay, so they always say it's a men's world.
Is it?
Right? So if you know you're not going to bite to it, I say it a lot of times, don't indulge in it. If it's something you know you will not take, or you cannot even start taking, don't take it from the relationship, don't take it from the very start. Let's talk about it. I don't want this. No, let's see how it goes. Then the man now starts,
I
the
like
woman
the-
now says, okay.
I like the point you made of like I don't want this.
Yeah.
So are there like do's and don'ts in like seasonal flings? Like I know you've had one, and also Petra. Is there like one?
Next is nothing.
I said, yeah. She said, yeah.
What is the do's and don'ts? Like, okay, we're on the fling, we're just having fun. Is there something that, okay, don't do this? Are there boundaries, or is it just come as you are?
No. There are some that come as you are. There are some that are boundaries. Like me, I had boundaries. What did make me and the other guy work was religion. He had his own faith, which I didn't buy into. He's Hindu. I never knew that from the very beginning. He's an Igbo guy. I never thought,
Guru Maharaji.
I didn't say Guru Maharaji.
Petra, don't kill me.
He told me, like, when you're into someone, you might not really see the red flag.
Yeah.
When it's just
They'll be looking beige.
Money blinded you.
Money. And because he was nice to me. So, of course, we were, he's Igbo, nice guy and all of that. So it was when he said he doesn't eat cow meat. I was like, why don't you eat cow? He said, they worship cow, their God live in a cow, because he's based abroad. Right? That's the whole, he said he's Hindu. And I'm like, me, I can't marry Hindu. He talked about when he dies, they will burn him, they won't bury.
Interesting.
And I was already liking him.
Oh.
So those were like
Good riddance.
But the funny thing, currently I'm in a relationship. I met the guy I'm dating now, even in the same, we just went, let's get to see how it goes.
So let's see how it goes that you did.
8 months down the line, we didn't talk after we saw. 8 months down the line, we didn't talk. I was in another relationship. Then he was like the comforter. Oh,
yeah, sorry. What's going on?
It was the Holy Spirit in the relationship.
So there are benefits that come with flings or relationships you just want to have, but you end up falling in love. And it's, it ends up being beautiful.
Okay. So Petra, what are your do's and don'ts in the flings and seasonal relationships?
Let me start with the don't. I think I like the don't better. The do is do what you want to do. That's your personal
Come
problem.
as you are. Just come in.
Come as you are. It's your personal problem. Don't get pregnant. As a lady in your own flings. And even when you want to, make sure that it is being communicated. I mean, it's an agreement. Alpha, I want to knock you. I want you to get pregnant for me. And the lady agrees. And then don't now get the pregnancy and now say you want to force the fling to keep that belly. Sister, you will cry tears of joy and tears of sadness together. You get that kind of thing? So for me, number one, don't get pregnant. Don't get carried away because it's just for the night. The morning will come and it will come with the sun, you get. So don't try and dwell or be too engrossed in the whole fling thingy. You have the real world. That's like La La Land for you. So that's like it for me.
You're giving a heartbreaker though.
No, it's not. No, see, that's the thing. It's communication. We both know that we are in this thing because we just want to knock and go to our various city. We are doing short-term prostitution here.
Not Petra calling it prostitution.
I'm not.
Jesus.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm too blunt. I'm sorry that I'm so blunt. But no shade to you. But the honest truth is this. It's not roadside prostitution, but one way or the other is ashaworism.
Oh my God. Okay, Kylie, let's just come to you.
So you get the point.
Petra is just...
So we know that it's going to go. Why would I catch feelings?
She's just showing shots.
No, not to you, my
Kali,
love. Not to you.
It's okay.
You get Kali.
Do you
I
have
can't catch the leaves now.
Yeah, I feel you catch up.
Kali, do you have do's and don'ts? What do's and don'ts do you think is more?
I feel like she said literally what I wanted to say, you know. So, and then because of me, I don't even be in line with the whole.
Exactly.
So you don't know.
I don't even. But what she said, I think apart from the prostitution side of it.
Sorry, no better.
Don't get pregnant.
No, I feel like the name prostitution made it too bizarre. Maybe you should use Olusho. I think it's kind of better, you know.
All right, let me do mine. The very first rule of seasonal flings and relationship: do not, under any circumstances, catch feelings. Do not. That is like the number one. All these other ones, don't get pregnant. Do not catch feelings because the game is like anybody will catch feelings first, not die. It's a game of like who will catch feelings first. So if you go ahead and catch feelings first, or you're all right. I think we're just going to round it up at this point. Petra, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome, as usual.
World best producer. I can't wait to hear the next hit from you because I know it's coming. Watch out for Khalid. He is really, really good.
Yeah.
Like the music is really good.
There's a lot coming up, a lot of EPs, a lot of projects. So,
We can't wait.
yeah, but I want to say I commend you guys for bringing me here. I literally enjoyed myself. I barely be in spaces like this. I mean, podcasts, because there's a lot of criticism that comes with podcasts.
Really, exactly.
But there's something I see, like but there is a bad thing. For every bad situation, you can learn stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not about the criticism that comes to the podcast, because they'd be like, oh, everybody you see on there don't even sound reasonable. But yeah, they give you the bad sides, they give you the good side. So it's left for you who's watching to pick what's good or what worked for you. So yeah.
We're honored. Thank
you. Becca baby, spicy baby.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you for coming.
The full again.
I'm not Fulani.
She's not fully, she's like both sides.
She looks like one.
She represents both sides equally.
I'm Nigerian.
My open-minded Nigerian. Thank you so much for coming, Becca. It was a pleasure to have you here. All right, we've come to the end of this very, very special holiday edition. It was nice to have you guys here. I do hope you learned a couple things. You can always follow the conversation across all social media platforms at The Red Room Dialogue and Arabi Studios. My name is Omobolawa Olawore, and it has been my ultimate pleasure. Bye.
You're in for a beautiful ride in the red room. All your doubts and fear we cater to. We dot all the I's, cross all the T's. That's what we're here to do, yeah. We'll take you on a journey. Everybody, let's go. Don't wanna see your mind.